Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. Today we are gonna do my November reading wrap up. November was not a great month for reading, but you know, I'm still doing it. Let's just yeah. In the month of November, I read 3 books. I didn't read actually the whole month. Like, I started a book and I read like the first 200 pages, and then it went all the way until like the 27th or the 28th before the 27th, yes. And then I started reading again, and then like I pushed myself so hard to finish this book just so I could talk about it in my wrap up. Great motivation for reading. Either way, the first book I have here is Når himmel faller ned. It is translated to Norwegian, so the English title is The God's Heavenly Punishment by Jennifer Cody Epstein. It is a historical fiction novel under the Second World War, and we follow people from Japan and follow people in America. But we are in Japan, but we are also Americans coming to Japan under the war, and then we are some Japanese people who are in Japan. I can't explain things. We have all these different characters, and the book is written from so many point of views, but not really, because there's really about this 1 or 2 characters, but then it really wasn't. It was like, I can't describe it because I liked the book. I thought it was really interesting to learn more about Japan under the Second World War and how the war just generally was shit for everyone, but like, poor Japan. That was interesting, but I thought all the point of views and all the backstory, like, the story took such a long time to get to a point where it started to like make sense, but at the same time it didn't make sense. So I feel like the story just didn't actually like tell a story. I can't even explain it. It's just like, I felt something was missing. I felt it was an okay book, and as I said, I liked it, and I was curious to see how it was going, but it was also translated. I don't know how much it actually affected how the story, like the book, was written, because it wasn't written like exceptionally. I thought it was a bit weird sometimes. It was just really interesting story to see how both sides of the war, and see how you sort of fell for both sides, and that, well, that they just both were shitty, really. So yeah, I would recommend it to people, but not like everyone. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I totally murdered what I was gonna say about the book right now, I think. I don't actually think I said what I wanted to say. That always happens. The next book I then read was Noragami Volume 17, which I've been waiting for ages, and it's here. It's not even mine, it's my friend's. Yay! And I am gonna put up a full talk, thoughts and feels on it, like I did with all the other volumes in Noragami. I just haven't gotten that far yet, because I've been reading. But yeah, it was really interesting. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I don't want to say more about Noragami, this volume of course, just because spoilers. But if you have not read Noragami and you like manga, you just have to. You have to. It's so cute. I love it so much. I definitely do recommend you this. And the last book I read, which I've been doing for the last 2 days or 3 days, I cannot count though, is Tales from Shadowhunter Academy by Cassandra Clare and lots of other people. And I sort of knew some things that were gonna happen in this, because, well, it's sort of spoiled in Lady Midnight. So I do recommend you reading this before you read Lady Midnight, but I did not have that option because, well, I don't read ebooks, and this was an ebook first. And then Lady Midnight came out, and I of course didn't want to wait reading that until November when this was finally out. So I just read it in that way, and that worked fine. But yeah, it is ultimately 10 short stories or novellas about Simon going to Shadowhunter Academy, but they're not really about Simon, but they are about Simon. But we get so much more with our characters that we love from the Mortal Instruments, and I know I have my fair things to say about the Mortal Instruments and like generally Cassandra Clare's books, that like, yeah, totally unpopular opinions I have there, but ultimately I love some of the characters so much, and I do really like the world. don't think it is as good as people make it to be. Either way, that's not totally beyond the point. The point was that when I was reading this, I died. I literally died. I had so many feels. It was such a great experience. It was over 650 pages and I was just reading all the time to finish it for this wrap up. Was it worth it? Sure, it was worth it. I didn't just want to talk about 2 books. I didn't want to feel like I disappointed myself. Someone gave this 4 out of 5 stars. If you try to read The Bane Chronicles, which I forgot the title of right now, and like a lot of people are like for the first ones were like me, but I read all of them and I love them, and you get to see so many characters from the other books in the future and past, and it is the same in this one. So if you like this one and you have not read The Bane Chronicles, I recommend you reading The Bane Chronicles, and I recommend you reading this and just read everything. Okay, I bought this version of the book in hardcover. Yeah, that's fine. And I get this poster of the cover. And this cover is so ugly. And this book is so ugly. It doesn't even have a dust jacket. I just bought this version because it was like 100 kroners cheaper than the other hardcover that was on for sale. Which probably would have matched my Lady Midnight. And now they don't match. And now I'm gonna go and cry. Okay guys, that was my November wrap up. I do really think that December will be a better month because, well, I don't have exam, I don't have a life, and yeah, I just did some socializing this month instead of reading. Like, what? Totally don't regret it though. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you did watch my next one, bye!